The Korle-Bu Doctors Association is threatening to withdraw its services if the Korle-Bu management does not come out with a clear timeline for the payment of arrears. The group also wants the payment to be centralized and not department-based. It says failure to do so will lead to its members withdrawing their services from the outpatient department as well as elective surgeries and procedures beginning February 6, 2023. Extracts of a roadmap released this morning reads, and it's coming on your screens shortly. It says at an emergency meeting held on the 29th January 2023, the following observations were made. One, that management of Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital has exhibited bad faith by failing to meet the agreed deadline on the Memorandum of Understanding signed between the Ghana Medical Association and the Ministry of Health regarding the 13th month salary payment. That management of Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital refused to heed to the concerns of the letter, the content dated 13th December 2022 from Korle-Bu Doctors Association not to make any unilateral payment of 25% of the arrears unless a clear timeline for payment for the rest of the arrears has been agreed upon. The management refused to meet its own deadline of reverting with timelines for the settlement of outstanding amounts by 27 January 2023 and captured in its letter to CODA dated 3rd January. So in view of the above, it says beginning of 30th January to 5th February, it expects management to come out with clear timelines for the payment and arrears to make this payment a centralized one. Well, I've been joined by Chairman of the Korle-Bu Doctors Association, Dr. Franco Uso-Secho. He actually signed the letter. I'm grateful for your time, Doc. I kindly want you to help us understand your concerns, reasons why you're threatening to withdraw your services. Hello, Doc.
Yes, hello. Can you hear me, please?
Loud and clear, Doc.
All right. So it will be remembered that somewhere in 2022, I think the early part of 2022, part of the conditions of service for public doctors, the Ghana Medical Association, as well as the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Labour and Employment, in attendance was the National Labour Commission, went into an agreement regarding the rolling out of the conditions of service. No, it was done in phases. So initially there was some fuel and the car maintenance and the rest. And then came the turn of the 13th month salary, which is the basic salary to be paid to every doctor in the public sector the end of the year, so more of like end of year inducement or end of year gratuity, so to speak. And this was supposed to have taken effect in 2020, 2021, and 2022. Because of maybe some issues, the decision was taken that the payment should be made by the facility. Right away, we knew that was going to be a challenge. We raised that issue, and the ministry assured us that before this MOU was signed, every manager concerned was at the meeting, was given the opportunity to go back, look at their inflows, so that the deadlines that would be paid or that came to be was something that all parties had agreed to. So if you look at the Memorandum of Understanding, they were supposed to have paid the arrears of 2020 and 2021 by end of December 2022. And in 2022, the arrears will be paid by June 2023. And this is something that we have all been working with. It turned out that soon after other facilities, I think we all remember Companoche went on strike. And there was an arrangement that started paying them. Those of us in Korle-Bu, looking at the situation, decided to give management time so that they can look at their inflows and then give us realistic time. So based on their own commitment, they said by December 2022 they were going to pay. And despite some agitations and the rest, we said, okay, so far as we haven't reached the proposal, the timeline, there is no reason why we shouldn't try. So we gave them the opportunity to make do with the promise that they have made. Unfortunately, come December 2020, that they're supposed to pay, we all know the economic downturn and the rest. So they look at their inflows and they say they'll be able to pay only 25% of the entitlement. And we said that is okay. You can do 25%. But what about arrears? A timeline. So you need to give us a clear timeline so that if we take a decision, we know that, yes, you have looked at your inflow, this is what you can do. At this time, I'm going to give you this. Maybe 3 months down the line, I'll give you another bit. So that you have a clear line which is going to keep the terrain quiet. You're not going to have anybody going up and the rest. And that is what we're working with. We had an agreement. The CEO sent a letter that by 27th of January, it was going to give us a tax. Then comes 27th of January, another letter is written, no clear indication of the timeline. So the impression or the consensus, we had a meeting on the 29th, and the consensus is that they don't think that the hospital is serious about the payment. And so we need to maybe go the consultative way, or maybe since reasonableness hasn't achieved anything, maybe we should use muscle power. And that is what culminated in the roadmap that we have seen. I'm not very sure how you got to know of it, but that letter was sent only this morning. So I'm kind of shocked. This is what I got us to do.
But Doc, so between February 6th and February 10, you say if your demands are not heeded to by management, you would withdraw your services. Wouldn't this be against the rules, the labor laws regarding workers providing essential services?
Well, I think it is also against the labor law to vary people's conditions of service. There are kind of some grievances. And I think, if you remember, I mean, since you have been in the media, you remember Confirmation, they reduced their services somewhere in, I think, March or April. And they were paid. And there was that agitation for us to also follow suit, because that seemed to be the only language people understood, and which I thought was going to be an indictment if we went that way. I mean, we are all reasonable people. We should be able to sit and discuss. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like when you sit and you come out with what you think are solutions or maybe timelines, whereas you meet your side of the bargain, the other person doesn't. So unfortunately, if we're talking about legality, you can't vary my conditions of service to my detriment, and we are also essential service, so we should also be mindful of that. And I believe that it has come well over 8 to 9 months. We have tried to give you footsteps opportunity. So maybe this question must be posed at the authorities, management, I believe. How come 8, 9 months down the line, they still haven't been able to even come out with time? We're not saying give us everything. I mean, we are reasonable people, like we're saying. But we can't, it can't be a take it or leave it affair. It's like, this is what we can take it. The rest, I don't have any information on that. I don't think that is the way we manage things, especially in the public sector.
But Doc, you are available for further engagement if you are invited by management.
Absolutely. That's how come we're given 1 week. So if you read the letter, I'm not sure which letter you have to, but if you read it, you will see that we've given, the meeting was held on the 29th, which was Sunday. So this whole week is supposed to provide a venue for engagement so that we don't escalate. If there is going to be an escalation, that is the withdrawal of outpatient care as well as the elective surgery and the rest. That is going to happen within next week. And I believe that if we are really serious and we need to nip this one in the bud, we should be able to sit down and arrive at a consensus so that we don't get to where everybody is uncomfortable.
We'll see how that goes. I'm grateful for your time. Dr. Frank Owusu-Sechere is chairman for the Korle-Bu Doctors Association. Now for the second.